Creating video of the presentation file. So we can create a separate video to publish our storyboards. And we can do that by going out to Publish Video. When we click on this, the first part is, what is the scope? I can publish all the storyboards or just the current one. I'm going to do just the current one since my second one doesn't have anything on it. And so I can say the current storyboard, and it's going to record the whole storyboard. But I could go just from a certain spot on my storyboard to a certain spot on my timeline. So I can choose if I want just a certain segment of my storyboard. I could reverse it so it goes from back to forward, from the end to the beginning if I like. I'll say the whole storyboard. For me, that's 12 and a third seconds. The video resolution, I could have whatever my screen is currently, or I could drop it down and pick any one of these standard resolutions. So I can pick a 4:3, a standard old TV screen resolution, or 16:9, a more movie format. So the higher I pick in resolution, of course, the higher the file size. So I could pick that. I could give it a file name, so I could give this any name I want. I can place it in any folder I want, so I can place it in the folder I need. And I can choose between a few file formats. Now, the AVI file format is probably the better of these two. A WMV is a pretty old format, and so I would not choose that. If I had a choice, I would go with the AVI file. And then at this point, I would say OK. It's going to then ask for video compression, and I have a couple of choices. I can choose different compressions here. I'll just say I want it uncompressed, and I'll say OK. And it'll take a while. So you can see up here, I'm actually going through and I'm publishing this, and it's going to take a while, but it's going to generate that new file, and then I'll have a standalone AVI file that I can play in any like web browser type of thing, and so I can send it to other people who do not have Inventor. So that's the nice thing about making the video, is this video can be played by others who don't have an Inventor. So it creates it, and then you can go and get that file from that file location that you specified. We're not going to sit and wait for this whole thing. Times vary depending on the complexity of the parts, the timeline, the resolutions. All those matter when you're creating your video, but the videos are very handy for the average person to see what's going on, especially when they don't have Inventor. And so it creates those settings, and so the first time we save it, it'll ask us about the video compression. And remember, the video compression it doesn't give you as good of a picture if you compress it, but it drops down the file size. So with no compression, it's a bigger file size, but has a better quality picture without the compression. And we might as well wait here for a few seconds here as we finish. And as it gets done, it says, publish the video is complete. I say OK. And that file now is sitting out in I can go to Windows Explorer and find that file. And you'll see in that file then here, I have my storyboard AVI file. And so all I can do is just click on that, and it will run a video of that. So that is creating a video of the presentation file.